Hi, I am Dr. Tracy Grandfield with Live Well Spinal Care. Today is day 5 of our mobility challenge. So today I just want to focus a little bit more on shoulder pain or neck pain or shoulder health if you're being proactive and preventative, or neck health, spinal health. The neck and the shoulders are super interconnected and related. So if you've ever broken your arm, if you've ever broken your clavicle, or some people call it their collarbone, that could definitely cause neck pain and tension and misalignment as well. So if you're having shoulder pain and it's not getting better with stretches or physical therapy, then it's something that you might be wanting to look at getting your neck aligned if that is out of alignment. Because a lot of my patients, when I adjust their neck, their atlas, their shoulder pain does improve in their range of motion. But there are some things that you can do to be proactive or to alleviate some pain if you're having it. First thing is, one of the things I have on right now is a neck wrap. So this is a particular brand that I really like and I sell here in the office, but it's filled with flaxseed and it's got aromatherapy like lavender and yarrow root, lots of other aromatherapy scents to help with pain relief, muscle spasm and all that. So it stays really nice and warm for at least a good 20 minutes. So, and what I love about this is that it's sewn so it has seams to prevent it from getting all lopsided to one side or the other, and it has a collar that covers and it warms my my neck, as well as my upper back. So all of these muscles in the upper back are super connected to the neck, so you can't treat one without the other. And I'm talking about the upper back because it relates to the shoulders as well. So let's talk about the shoulder joint itself. It is actually a ball and socket joint, which is a very unstable joint, and it's really unstable because it allows you like a lot of range of motion. See if I can get this off. Okay, there we go. So it's a ball and socket joint. So basically your humeral head has this ball and it sits in this shallow socket like this, okay? And then you have all these muscles on the top and the front and the side and the back that hold that joint in there. So anytime you have an imbalance in your posture, whether it's from spinal misalignment and or so many other things, like our activities, we're constantly rolling in our shoulders, that ball is going to roll into the front of the socket and it's going to jam up the front of the socket. So everything you do to use your shoulder that day is going to be irritating that shoulder joint. Now you might not feel it at the time, but repetitive stress and irritation will build up inflammation, and it could even build up adhesions in there, which are like scar tissue in the soft tissue. So it's really, really important if you've ever had like a clavicle fracture or anywhere in your arm or your hand, because if you've fractured your arm or your hand, I guarantee that impact has gone all the way up here. So you want to make sure that you're in alignment first, and then secondly, you want to make sure that the muscles in the front are nice and stretched. I would say that's the majority of the problem with most people, is this gets really short and tight and pulls that humeral head into the front of the joint, and then these muscles get really tight and cause tension in the neck. So one thing that you can do is a pec stretch. So I'm just going to turn the camera, go up against any wall or doorway, and I want you to be able to get your elbow up against the door, so then you're stabilizing the elbow, and that's going to put more of the stretch and the isolation into your pec muscle. Your pec muscle is a fan, so the fibers go in all different directions. In order to stretch all those fibers, you may need to do more than just that 90-degree angle. You might want to lower your arm down to like 45 degrees and then bring it up 45 degrees, and in each position holding it for 15 to 30 seconds. Or a faster way, if you have wide enough arms, is standing in a doorway and bracing those elbows, each elbow behind the door, and kind of leaning forward and leaning into it. Again, you only want a very light stretch. You don't want more than a light to medium stretch, because it might feel good at the time, but it will irritate the fibers, and you could have a rebound effect, which is also like a spasm or increased tightness afterwards or a couple hours later. So light stretch is super, super effective, and make sure you keep it that way. One other thing, I found this at a chiropractic convention. It's called Posture Medic, and so you can find these on Amazon. But make sure if you're not a frail old lady or old man, then you probably are going to need the Posture Medic Plus. So that is so that it gives you a little bit more resistance and pull back. What I love about this thing is you slide it on your back and it pulls the shoulders back. So it opens up the shoulders, and not only is it stretching this, but it's holding the joint, or that ball and socket joint, in place. While the joint is in the proper position, the proprioceptors, or the joint receptors all around that joint, are sending a signal to the brain and letting the brain know that this is the position it wants to be in. Because otherwise the brain perceives this rolled in position, you're normal, and it's gonna like default to that until you change that pattern. Okay, so with this, it comes with a little booklet, but you would be wearing it like 15 minutes a day, 2 to 3 times a day, and taking it off and allow the joint and the tissues a little break. And as your tissues get used to it, you wear it for 20 minutes and 30 minutes and a little bit more frequently throughout the day. So if you drive a lot or you sit at a computer and a desk, this is really good to wear and just have a habit of it. So back in 2017, I had a car accident and I started to have pain all in my mid-back and my left shoulder blade and all the way up my neck. So I had Nuka Care, which extremely helped, and I had acupuncture and I had massage therapy. I had all of the treatments, but I was still having a little bit of that pain, and I started wearing this, and I was amazed at how much it relieved the tension going up into my neck. So the Posture Medic and relieving the neck and upper back and the shoulders and stretching the pec muscle can improve neck pain as well. So those are your tips today. Again, you can use a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball and lean up against the wall with that ball, or here or up here in the back of the, so you want to work all the tissues around that shoulder joint, even the biceps, because that bicep inserts on the front of that acetabulum, that joint there, the fossa. So if you have any questions, let me know. And then if you want some more detail on the shoulders, we can go over that again in some more detail later. Or if you have other areas you want me to focus on, please don't hesitate to put it in the comments. And this is your mobility challenge for today. Stretch the pecs every single day, at least 30 seconds a day, if not 2 to 3 times a day, or get one of these Posture Medics either here at my office, or you can search for them online like Amazon. Make sure you get, this is a small plus. A lot of men, or most men, will be a medium plus, but if you're a really large man with like broad shoulders, then you might look at the large. They do have descriptions on weight and height. I think those run a little bit large if you go by that table in that graph, just FYI. So if you have any questions looking for them, shoot me a message. Have a great Friday. Happy weekend.